What's going on with ETH? Since September 1st, BTC is up 40. Sol is up 100. Link is up 150. Matic is up 46. ADA is up 40. DOT is up 30. AVAX is up 31. And ETH is up 16. These are all large cap tokens too. Even Doge is up higher than ETH 19. ETH dominance is dropping to its lowest level since the 2022 summer crash, both against BTC and against other altcoins. Historically, ETH rises after BTC rallies, followed by other altcoins. This time, it seems ETH is being more or less left out. Does this signal ETH isn't going to perform as strongly as anticipated in this next bull cycle? Curious if there are any tangible reasons behind ETH's poor performance lately, or if it's just a matter of crypto is gonna crypto. Same shit happened last cycle. ETH lagged until it didn't. People were talking mad shit. Then ETH hit $5,000. I sold 0.25 ETH and moved it into other coins, so the market is probably still in shock. Instead of comparing the performance from an arbitrary point in time, you might want to look how far down each of these are down from their ETHs. Different picture. I think the sooner y'all stop trying to rationalize a highly emotional, volatile market, the sooner you'll find peace. LMAO. Doge is up 19, but ETH is only up 16. OMG, like I totally can't even. In crypto, does someone complain about a 16 gain? Lol. The real BTC rally hasn't even really started. The customary ETH rally is months if not more than a year away. You're looking at too short a time frame. ETH will have a 25-day out of the blue. ETH is up 42 on the year. What are you crying about? Everything else is in the red still. LMAO. You need to sell it for it to go up. ETH is probably the most liquid aside from BTC, so naturally its volatility is much lower than altcoins. It will certainly catch up. BTC is up a significant amount via the ETF narrative and also kind of acts as a proxy for crypto as a whole since it gets the most exposure. I don't think this phase the market is in is really any solid indicator of performance over the next market cycle. Right now narratives are in the driver's seat. We're waiting until it's 4K to buy. Then FOMO rage buy at 10K. Then sell at 6K. See? It still has a ways to go before we all buy. Pro tip nobody knows. Serious answer. The main problem is ETH never really capitulated like the rest of these alts did. It was just too strong. So the ones that are mooning are the ones that got giga fucked and have a lot more room to make up. But no, it's actually a sign that ETH is going to pump way harder when the time is right. I invested in it. That's your problem right there. I think a lot of people are using ETH to ape into low caps. If low caps run up, then back into ETH. IDK. ETH went from $900 to where it is now. So that's a 2x. BTC 2x. So it depends on where you measure the low and when. ETH is graciously allowing us more time to load up. Good guy ETH. ETH also did nothing in late 2020, early 2021 and then suddenly outperformed Bitcoin by 4x. It's a late bloomer. Too early to judge, I think. ETH will rally eventually. At least long enough for the articles questioning why it hasn't happened to be posted. It happens often. Bitcoin showing strength despite placeholder, a week later it crashes. ETH dominance on the rise despite Bitcoin crash. Flippening imminent? A few weeks later crashes. Thank you so much to the guy that due to this post just sold all their ETH. Ethereum just caught up and pumped like the other coins. It's almost as if Ethereum has a larger market cap and didn't drop as much as other altcoins did. If there's another run-up and people are still using ETH for most of the smart contract work, it will probably run very hard. Low-volume projects are easier to move when there's not much liquidity shifting around. And BTC dominance always spikes during the depths of a bear market because it is seen as a safe bet. ETH decided to focus on L2, so those L2 blockchains are seeing all the gains. ETH has been pumping for a year. ADA, like other coins, were deep ship in September. When ETH goes, prepare for all alts to rocket as well. The same thing happened last cycle. Don't you remember? There was all this bearish narrative around ETH before things really got going. A lot of people dumped it only to watch it go from $300, which is where all the bear narrative began, to $5,000. Cycle hasn't even started yet, so what happens now doesn't even really matter. Just keep loading up on quality assets. ETH saw this post and went up 8 today. Please post again tonight, thanks. You jinxed it, thanks man. Still a great time to DCA in ETH. After the Bitcoin ETFs, then come the Ether ETFs. It will get the hype this bull run, but maybe not brain melting for a while. It's expensive currently. ETH will have a pump at some point. But going to pause mode was a huge mistake. It has no chance of ever being able to flip Bitcoin. ETH value in fiat was propped up by miners. Without mining power, it lacks the scarcity it once had and is on even ground with other alts which function faster and more cheaply than ETH does. I believe other alts will catch up in this bull run. Remember, the ETF is BTC, not ETH. That's later. First, BTC ETF needs to clear. Also, ETH seems to have competition. Same thing most people have been thinking, and usually means it's going to have a crazy day out of nowhere and pump 20 in my opinion. Skew. I remember from the 2017 pump that ETH didn't take off until well after Bitcoin did. Blame Bankless. BCH is up 25 since September 1st. It's actually been the best performing major coin for the past 18 months. It's not a matter of if, but when. Whenever BTC ETF gets approved. What do you think is next in line to get an ETF? What crypto is also considered a commodity along with BTC? What crypto has the highest developer count? Institutional investment interest? The foundational layer of thousands of other cryptos? Deflationary when it reaches a certain level of use? It'll have its moment. ETH is just giving us a bit more time to buy before it goes crazy. Make the most of it. Same thing that's happening every halving. Focus on BTC first. Then ETH. Then alts. Alts ATM are just bait and will rotate to BTC soon. Once BTC is done and dumps pre and post halving, yes, it will dump at 2 key moments, but only after massive pumps. Money will rotate to ETH and then alts. ETH runs last. This literally happened last cycle too. And everyone makes the same threads. OMG. ETH dead. Time to switch from ETH to X. Etc. Then ETH rips and recovers on all the pairs. And then everyone will start shilling ETH again and knocking all the other alts. IMG Avatar XP 147607520 Bravo. So ETH is still cheap at current levels. I bought. So no bull run for ETH, sorry. The only reason BTC is up is because of the ETF hype. It's easier to suppress ETH for institutions to enter. You must be a young kid. This might be the dumbest post I ever seen. Those shit coins you listed are down 70 to 90 while ETH is like 50. ADA taking over, shushing face.